My friend Jon Phillips is joining me from A1 Garage Door Service in Phoenix, Arizona. John, how are you?
I'm good, Joe. How have you been?
Fantastic. Hey, a while back, we were discussing a lot of things. And one thing that came up, which kind of piqued my interest, was the fact that you said that the garage is the most underutilized space in the home. Now, I use my garage to put my cars in, I use it for storage. I use it to hide stuff. So tell us about what that means. It's the most underutilized space in the home.
Yeah, so whenever it comes to the square footage of a home, the garage isn't included unless it's been permissed to be a livable space. So whenever you go into a home and it says it's 1,500 square feet, 2,000 square feet, 1,000 square feet, whatever it is, that's not including the garage.
Mm.
So when people want to consider this, I mean, the average one-car garage is around 300 to 400 square feet, and then a two-car garage is like 720. That's a lot of square footage. That's a lot of square footage that you didn't consider in your home. And a lot of people, they just got a Pandora. They just park their cars in there. They use it as storage, but there's so many options now to where, I mean, if you want to go to the city and get it all done up and make it to a livable face, yeah, you can do that. But with the storage options and the options that we have with doors and epoxy floors that we have in like the Las Vegas and Phoenix markets, you can make that 720 square foot of dead space into something that actually adds value and adds space to your home to utilize.
Yeah, one could argue it is livable for the guy who wants to go out in his garage with the epoxy floor and his little workshop. And there's something, at least for a guy, I think, the garage, right? It's their space. So they've got the pegboard up on the wall with the tools, and they've got the cabinets, and they've got the floor. They have a TV probably, so the game is on. They put the lighting up, and it's really kind of their man cave outside, isn't it?
Yeah, and probably whenever it comes to man caves, probably my favorite type of garage door makeover or redo is a lot of people, you have a 7 foot door.
Mm.
Well, a lot of people have vaulted ceilings where these ceilings go up 10, 12 feet. And then you have a door that kicks over, but when it's up in the open position, it's just kind of right there in the center of the garage because the ceiling's so high. So then we have high lift conversions and high lift doors. So instead of going up only about 7.5, 8 feet, we can get that thing as close to the ceiling as possible. And back to the man cave, a lot of people like to do this because they want to make it into a home gym or
Yeah.
golf simulator or any one of those things. And now the door goes up high enough to where they can fit all that in there and then turn it into the dream man cave that they've always wanted because they have all this space now.
That's fantastic. So A1 started with Tommy Mellow years ago as really a garage door repair company, replacement. And now you guys just are the garage.
Yeah, the entirety of it. Because now we know how to make as much space as possible with your door. But also with the epoxy floors, we're also super big into overhead and wall mount storage. So in that storage, we're able to do ceiling mounts that are traditional, things you've seen, nice and clean hanging down from the ceiling. But we're also working on motorized versions to where you don't even have to get up on a ladder or load anything up. You can just have it come down to the ground, all controlled by your phone. You'll load up the Christmas decorations or maybe the memorabilia that you want to keep nice, and then just click of a button, it goes all the way back up to the ceiling. And then instead of just the old tacky particle board shelves on the metal framing that looks industrial, now we got these super sleek wall mount ones where you can slide shelves and hooks off, and it just anything that's involved with the garage, from the floor to the walls to the overhead storage to the garage door, A1 does it all.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Hey, John, thanks for joining us today on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Check Pro Joe. It's always
Sure,
good.
sure. All of John's information is located in the description of this podcast. A1 Garage Door Service, located in about 30 markets
Yeah, and growing.
and growing. Once again, John, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much.